Hi everybody. I'm going to show you how to create unit tests for your homework in IntelliJ. Here I have an empty homework class, string method examples, and then I have an empty method ABC test. You've already written this. Even in my videos it happens. You've already written this. I haven't. But it should work the same for you. So if I'm going to create some unit tests, what I'll do is I'll click up here in the class declaration and hit Alt-Enter. And this is various things that I can do with the class. And one of the things I might want to do is say create test. It's asking, do I want to create my tests in the same source root? So root here refers to the highest level directory for the sources. So for us, that's SRC. So really it's saying, do you want to put your test files in the SRC folder? And I don't think I want to do that. So let's click cancel. And go ahead and click on your project here and right click and say new directory, which is the name for folder. And let's create one called tests. All right, so now that we've got a tests folder, you can right click on it and go down to mark directory as test sources root. So that's telling it that that folder is special and it is for specifically holding the test sources. And now if I do the same thing, I hit Alt Enter, I can say create test and it knows where to put them. It's going to put them in the tests folder. All right, so there's various testing libraries available. We're going to use JUnit 4 here. It probably says that the library is not found, so go ahead and click Fix. And we can say let's use the one that's built into IntelliJ. So we'll click OK. You have probably more checkboxes here because you have hopefully one more method than I do. So go ahead and click that and then click OK. And as you can see, it has created inside the tests folder this file. If for some reason you see compile time errors, like maybe it's underlining assert in red, go ahead and give this a try. Hit Alt Enter, and you might be able to say add that library to your class path, and that might fix it. If that doesn't fix it, what you should do is take a screenshot of the error message and send it to me, and I'll try and figure it out. All right, so here is our empty test. It's called ABC test. So as you saw from our Cypher project, the point of these unit tests are to create a whole bunch of test cases that you can quickly and automatically run your code against to see if it's working. So let's use some of the ones from the actual homework. So some of the examples that I gave you, I said ABC test run on the input 1, 2, 3 ABC should return true. So now we can say assert equals, and you have the thing that you're expecting to see first, and then what your method actually returned second. So see how IntelliJ said that this field is already named expected. So I'm expecting to see true, and we'll see what the method actually runs on the input. Oh, oops, except I don't want to run the ABC test method because that's the test method. Instead, I want to run my method here. Oh, it's also called ABC test. How irritating. Okay, so I want to run the static method from inside this class. So as you recall, the way that you run a static method is you have the name of the class itself and then a dot and then the method you're trying to run. Okay, great. So let's run it and see what happens. So I have passed the test, but of course that's not because my method works, that's because it returns true by default, and this one says true. So let's make a second test. I'll name this ABC test 1, and let's create a second test. So I'm going to copy that entire thing, and I'll call this ABC test 2, and now we're going to run it with a different input. We'll say 1, 2, 3 dot ABC, and this one I'm expecting to be false. Let's go ahead and add the third test. So ABC test 3, and this one will be called, or rather the input will be ABC.123, and this one I'm expecting to say true. All right, so I've got 3 tests. Let's run them. All right, so it looks like I am not passing test 2, which is expected because mine just returns true no matter what. All right, so there you go. That's how you can create your unit tests. I'd like you to go ahead and create, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 total unit tests. These 3 tests for the ABC test method, and then 4 tests for the alternating strings. And please use the tests that I actually pasted into the homework assignment. Add 2 more tests after that that test what happens if the input is the empty string. So you give it just a string that is completely empty, and make sure that it does something sensible for those as well. Okay, come back for video 2, which will be about how you connect this to a remote repository and push all of your things.